Hi guys, come with me to organize a little picnic for Build House Bamenda. The previous day we had female config and it was great, and I came back and I had to start prepping for the next day. So this is the canvas we had to paint on, and this was the idea we had to do. And I wanted to do everything on paper to make sure that I understand what it looks like, because everybody wants to be prepared. And mind you, there was no light for me to do all of this, so I had to use the remaining light outside, and I had to plan on how I would sketch the wireframe, the sketch for the diagram to see how it will come out. I love the way the aid turned out, even though I suffered a lot. The next day, the weather was dull in the morning, but promised better in the afternoon. And then at that time where we started the event, it started raining, but we didn't really care. We're very resilient and we're bent on having this event, even in the rain. Currently, there was a lot of rain, but we were taking a lot of pictures, and we were just starting out on the event. We settled down and we started learning, because we're all about learning.
There we realized that so many girls want to get into.
The lead for Build House Bamenda, who also happens to be my friend, gave the keynote for this event, the whole idea behind Build House Bamenda, and we just sprang up from a partnership of the club with another organization, where we saw the need for girls to learn cloud computing, and that was where our desire to build this club sprang up. And so we had to explain the vision to the girls, what it was all about, our activities, and they were really eager to learn, despite the fact that it was currently drizzling. And then we had this beautiful spoken word piece from Marie-José.
For I am a woman and this is my biology.
Another detail that I really cannot leave out is that the venue where we had this picnic was in a seminary, and we're having it on a Sunday, so obviously there was a lot of noise. As every organizer with inferiority complex, I couldn't stop thinking about how uncomfortable they must be feeling with all the inconveniences, the noise, the drizzling, everything. But once I saw how focused they were, I couldn't think anymore about my troubles. I just had to focus on them too.
Bring them to you, and you can be able to design them a solution, no matter the complexity of the project.
Some of my friends came to help us organize the event, because two organizers were away. So they really did an amazing job in the background, and one of our sponsors came too. Thereafter, we had this amazing mental health talk that urged us to take care of our mental states, even while we are trying to reach our goals. So at this event, we got to learn who AWS is and why they are thriving in the cloud market. We got to learn the different services on AWS, the different popular services. We got to learn the different job roles in the cloud and how we can explore them. We got to learn what these job roles do. We got to learn the role maps for these job roles. Now here comes the fun part, painting. So mind you, for this event we came late because the rain had disrupted all our program, but at this time the weather was starting to please us, and at this time we're supposed to be leaving because we were giving the time that we're supposed to be there on ground, since it's a seminary and they are very strict on their activities. So at this time we're supposed to be leaving, but with everything that was going on, we just said let's try, and the girls were really eager to at least touch the canvas. So we pulled out the canvas for them and we gave them the inspo, and they started the work. class had gathered again, and this time we didn't really care. And mind you, we had not added any color grading or special effects of any sort to this video. We wanted to show things the way they were without hiding anything. And I still can't explain the fact that it was raining and we were not getting wet. Nothing was getting wet. But everywhere was really cold and chill, and it was really a bad day for a picnic.
This is the cloud gathering.
So I really liked how this was turning out already, because the girls had improvised a lot. They had to do a lot of thinking to blend the colors. The actual color they needed for the sky idea was not there, so they had to mix with white, and the white got finished. And then during the transportation of this canvas, because it had rained before, the canvas had to carry some splashes of mud. So our idea was to finish everything and then do some kind of painting on our hands and then printing them on top of the canvas. I don't know how that's called in actual English, but yeah, that was the idea. They really improvised a lot.
1, 2, guys.
What color is this?
Please don't break the canvas.
My fingertip is there.
But what are not common boy?
Use mine. No, do. Let me just put it like this.
Oh god, my own try. Why is it all like that?
Was that
Why is that orange?
Is that a leg?
Oh, you have a family.
It's so funny.
Don't print the grass.
We'll cut the grass and go.
And then, right, do you have a hole on your farm? What's that?
And it's get on your hand. You can't pass in front of people there. No, I'm not asking what is.
So if I didn't tell you the actual pure state of this canvas, you wouldn't believe, because we abstracted everything on a high level. We really abstracted everything. People had a lot of fun. This particular girl had a lot of fun, and I was so happy. Marie Josette had a lot of fun. Now I just feel like this weather was just playing with our feelings, because why will you be nice in 1 minute and in the next you're gloomy? We had to do a video for our sponsors.
1, 2, 3, go.
Thank you, Wave on Cloud. Thank you, Trace Tech, for sponsoring our cloud picnic.
So after a lot of pictures and a lot of networking, we had to go home because it was really getting late, and everybody had to carry 1 or 2 things for us to leave the venue.
Body will start, young lady. Those music.
This event was a closed event, and we didn't want so many people, and we are happy that it worked as planned, because when you organize something to work as planned eventually.
So how's the camera?
AWS to the wall.
So that brings us to the end of this vlog, and at the end of the day, the weather looked promising again, and I was like, oh my god, this weather. But if you have watched so far, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next vlog.